Hey y'all, welcome to or welcome back to our very bookish channel. My name's Amanda. Jen and I love to talk about books and have a bunch of bookish content on this channel. We have a lot of bookish content on this channel, so if you're not already subscribed, go ahead, click that subscribe button and like this video so that other people can find us on YouTube. And welcome to our May TBR.
Hey guys, we are here because of our May TBR. I have a stack to the side of me. I also was trying to get into the frame a new decoration I got from Etsy that I'm going to try and show you a little bit of a close-up. That is a cool decoration I found on Etsy that I thought would complement my TBR road. I was having a little bit of trouble trying to make sure it got into the shot, but that was something really cool I wanted to show you guys that I got from Etsy because I am in love with it at the moment. I feel like I love those little things you can get on Etsy that complement TBR shelves. And the Etsy shop that you can get that from is called 6 Foot Romance. If you wanted to find things that complement your shelves, I get almost everything that I buy on Etsy. I love going on there and seeing all the cool stuff that they have, and I can't resist most of the time of buying something. Anyway, let's get into what we're reading in May. I'm gonna go over the books that I intend to read that will not be vlogs with me and Amanda. And there are things that I hope to get to in this month. I have gotten behind on ones that I've wanted to read this year, but for the most part, I am on really good track to hitting my goal for the year. I am hitting 40 books today after I read Wings of Starlight. I feel like I am on track of hitting my goal of 75, and most likely I'll get over that. If I end at 75 for the year, I'm gonna be a-okay with that, as long as I get to read lots of good books this year. The ones that I'm reading that won't be part of vlogs, and you'll get to hear my thoughts once we do our quarterly review. We did just post for January, February, March. These will be part of the April, May, and June quarterly review. And who knows, I might not even get to these, but we'll see. I was lucky enough to win a Goodreads giveaway, and it was for the Golden Girls Murder by Cheesecake. I thought this was going to be my secret read in April, but I ended up picking something else that you guys will be able to see once we get that done and posted. But this one I've been wanting to read just because I'm a Golden Girls fan. I feel like a cozy mystery is not necessarily what I normally gravitate towards, but I'm willing to try for the Golden Girls. If you want to see more of my thoughts on this one, you'll have to check out our quarterly review once we get that posted in the middle of the summer.
I'm gonna go over a few books that I just plan to read for my own enjoyment. They're not planned to be in vlogs. The first book I'm going to talk about is one I'm pulling over from my April TBR, and that is Karen Slaughter, We Are All Guilty Here. This is an advanced reader copy of her newest book coming out in August. It is a little early to be reading it, but I just love Karen Slaughter. I've read quite a few books from her in the past. She is a very dark mystery person. Her books are very dark. They are very crime, like the crimes committed by the murderers in these books are kind of gruesome, so just to warn you all if that's something you're squeamish about. But I just have loved her writing. I have loved her books that I have read in the past. I haven't read her in years, so I was so excited when I got this in the mail, and I cannot wait to read this as soon as I have the time.
Last year I had a chance to read a lot of classics that I had been wanting to read for a while. I haven't delved into that as much this year just because there've been a lot of, I think, ARCs that I've been wanting to read, and ARCs are advanced reading copy. Publishers put those out so that early reviewers can get a chance to read them and talk about them and let people know about what books are coming out. But this time, for this TBR, I am doing a couple older books, and not necessarily classics. The next one's probably kind of more modern classic, but it's The Never-Ending Story by Michael Ende, or End. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. I am a huge fan of this movie. I watched it growing up, and it especially speaks to young nerdy kids who love books and fantasy books when they're younger, and everything that tells of imagination. I never had a chance to actually read the book, and I am looking forward to finally reading this. If you guys have read this, please let me know in the comments, or if you love the movie, I would love to hear more comments about this. I am excited to be finally getting this checked off my list though.
The next book is a very popular book that I bought but have not read yet, and that is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Iru. I don't know a whole lot about it. It is a romantasy book, and I've heard people give it really good reviews, and I saw this beautiful Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and at the top it's book 1 of a series, and y'all know I love a series, so I just decided to snag it, and I hopefully will be getting to this one soon. I'm already kind of behind behind everyone else on this. I feel like everyone else on YouTube has read this, but I still want to read it and make sure that I get it read, especially before the next book comes out.
I recently read The Wedding People by Alison Espach, and I loved it. 5-star read for me. I was so entertained by that book, and there was emotion in it, and I just loved it to pieces. And then I realized I had a book by her on my TBR shelves, and I thought, I need to read this. This was on my list. I want to say it might have even be 2 years ago, but this one is about a sister who ends up disappearing, and all of the emotions and everything that her sister goes through after that disappearance. It's technically fiction. I don't know how much of like a literary mystery it is, but it's definitely in the fiction realm. I loved her other books, so I'm assuming I probably will love this one, and I look forward to reading this one finally in May.
The next book is a book that I'm going to be continuing, a series I'm in the middle of, and that is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book of the Throne of Glass series. I have read the prequels, and I've read Throne of Glass, and I honestly wasn't that impressed, but I felt the same way about ACOTAR before I got to A Court of Silver Flames, and I just loved A Court of Silver Flames, so I feel like maybe with Sarah J. Maas and me, I have to like get warmed into her series, so I do want to continue the series. I do own all of the books in the series, and I just feel like I need to get them read, and I am kind of missing Sarah J. Maas, her writing, and those vibes, so I'm looking forward to continuing this series.
I have read 2 Lisa Jewell books so far. I definitely want to read more Lisa Jewell. I had just read the arc for Don't Let Him In that comes out in May, and I have a whole shelf that's right next to my new decoration of Lisa Jewell books that I've collected because I knew I was going to read more. And I think it's time to read The Night She Disappeared. And this one was calling to me once I was perusing my TBR shelves, trying to figure out what I wanted to read in May. It takes place in the summer, so I felt like going into the beginning of summer, this was a perfect timing of reading something that takes place during the summer. And it's about disappearances, obviously, and the back promises that there will be some twists. So I am looking forward to another Lisa Jewell, and you can see all my thoughts once I get this into the quarterly review.
This is a book Jane and I plan on reading together. I think we're doing it this month, and that is The Ghostwriter. We have been planning on reading this book. Look at this cover, y'all. Jen and I both love the cover so much. We've talked about it. Well, Jen's talked about how much she likes the cover, and I agree with her. Look at that. But this is about a woman who is a novelist, and she ghostwrites for other novelists, and her dad is a famous novelist that has passed away, so she, I think, goes to ghostwrite the ending of his novel, but when she does, she finds out a lot of things about his life. So I'm really excited to get into this and kind of uncover all these little mysteries in here.
All right, books that I will be reading that I don't have physical copies of, I'll put on the screen. So one of them is Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Amanda has already read this and done an ARC review. It comes out in June, I believe, or May. I can't remember now. I'll put it on the screen.
Hey y'all, editing Amanda here, and I just wanted to jump in here and say I am so excited for Jen to read this book. I think the book is fantastic. I think every single one of y'all need to get your hands on this book and read it when it comes out. It is so good.
I loved Rachel Gillig's One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. I love the world she created in that duology. Her writing was just, I felt sucked into the world she created. So I definitely wanted to read more by her. And this one sounded very interesting, and it also helped that Amanda gave it 5 stars, I believe. I definitely want to read this. I've been putting it off a little bit because we've had so much on our plate. There have been other things that got my interest, but I think it's finally time that I read The Night and the Moth. So I look forward to reading that in May.
I want to mention really quickly the 2 books we're doing reviews for, and that is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross and With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. Both of those books are highly anticipated for us. We love both of those authors. They are authors we have read and loved in the past. So I don't know much about Wild Reverence, but I know it's an adult book. And I have read and loved the Divine Rivals duology. I went out and bought A River Enchanted and A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross because I just wanted more of her and more of her writing. I actually haven't got to reading those yet, but Wild Reverence is coming out, and we do have the advanced reading copy from NetGalley, so we're going to be reading and reviewing that one for y'all.
All right, now we are down to the planned videos that we are going to be doing for May. One of them is an ARC review for Rebecca Ross's newest book. It comes out in the fall, so it's not coming out soon, but we do have electronic ARCs for it, and it's called Wild Reverence. She wrote one of my favorite books back when I read it in 2023, I think it is, Divine Rivals, and then the follow-up Ruthless Vows. I fell in love with those books. They're one of my favorite books, so I definitely have wanted to read more by her. She has other books out. I just haven't read those yet, but this new one sounded really interesting. The 2 main characters mostly see each other through dreams. The female character is in this fantasy world, and it's a human that she talks to in these dreams. They end up meeting up together, and it almost seems like fate. And those are the only real details I remember from when I had found out about this book. I am happy to go into this book with not knowing more details, because a lot of the times I think I fall in love with books because I don't know every single detail going into them. So I am excited about doing this with Amanda as an ARC review. Keep your eyes out for that because we plan on doing that in May.
Riley Sager book takes place in the 1920s. I know it's like a closed door mystery. These people are on a train ride across the country, and they get stuck on this train, and there is a woman on the train that's out to get vengeance for her family. That's pretty much all I know about that one. Y'all know I go into books blind, so if you are asking me for a summary of the book or what the book's about and I haven't read it yet, then you should probably ask Jen, because I really don't read the descriptions a lot. I'll read blurbs about them, and I'll see people in thumbnails having books on YouTube or something if I see the book a lot, or I'll hear some people talk about them in their reviews or wrap-ups. But other than that, I really don't have a lot of information about books I haven't read yet because I like to go into them blind. So that's all I know about Riley Sager's new book coming out. That is coming out in May, so that should be out very soon.
Riley Sager's newest, it's called With a Vengeance. I have read several Riley Sager now, and I've enjoyed them, so I'm very much looking forward to it. It's a little different than what he normally does. He is now writing in the 1940s, so I guess there's kind of a historical piece to it, but it just might be taking place then. I don't know how much of that is going to influence the story, but it takes place on a train, and the main character, she has a lot of anger at those that she invites on the train because she feels like they have taken her family down in some way. I don't know the details of that. But when she gets on the train, her plans are derailed. And that pun was not mine. That was in the original description. And someone ends up murdered, and you don't know what's going on. So it kind of felt a little Agatha Christie-esque. Depending, Amanda might do the ARC review with me, but if not, I will be doing an ARC review as long as I love it. But I have a feeling I'm going to love it.
We are doing a secret vlog for the month of May, and our secret vlog theme is going to be summer romance. Now, romance is a genre that we're both not extremely versed in. We are getting more into it though. The more popular romance books become, we get that FOMO, we have to read the book. So we decided to do a summer romance themed secret blog because spring is in bloom, summer's right around the corner, and the vibes are there for it. And so I think that this is going to be fun, and we're going to be reading something we wouldn't normally read, and it's going to be a good time.
Down to the final 2 books I plan on reading for May. The next 2 are going to be pretty much definites because they're 4 vlogs. So we have a secret one planned that we decided to do summer romance. Neither of us read romance that often. Now, I have fallen more in love with romance just because Sophie Cousins' books have been so good and I haven't been able to put them down. There's so much humor and I just love how she writes. They just seem like movies to me when I'm reading her books. This one is an author in that genre that I've heard a lot about. I've seen a lot of people on TikTok and on YouTube talking about this author and praising her books. So it's a female author in the romance genre I haven't read yet and is quite popular. Those are the clues as to what this is. It is very much a summer romance, and keep your eyes out for when we do this one if you want to know what it is. We will be probably posting this in May. At least I hope it's in May. Sometimes we get a little behind, so it might be June. But I am excited to finally read this popular author and see what all the buzz is about. Maybe I'll fall in love with her books just like I did with Sophie Cousins. We'll see.
And finally, we have the TBR jar. Y'all, I get so excited to do this. I kind of want to do 2 of these this month. So when we film our reading our most anticipated vlog, I think I might try to pull 2 if I have time to read 2. Depends on how behind I am and how far ahead of me Jen is with the reading. So in this vlog, this is from January, February of 2024. So this is an oldie. And this is A Place for Vanishing by Anne Frystat. So I will be planning on reading this and possibly picking another one during that vlog if I can get this one read fast enough and I have time to read another one.
And last but not least, picking from the TBR jar, Amanda had suggested that we do 2, but I feel like we should start off with 1 and see what happens because I haven't had the best luck with our TBR jar. So I feel like most likely I'm going to end up with 2 anyway because I'll end up DNFing. I've had to DNF the past few times we've done TBR jar. I've had to DNF and pick a new one. That may happen anyway. So if she wants to pick 2, Amanda, by all means, but I have a feeling I'm going to pick 2 unintentionally. So I got 1, and this is a good color because this is one of the newest ones I put in here. And I know there've been a few I've been really wanting to read with the new color. If I can, I tend to over tape these and then I'm struggling getting this open. I need an easier way. All right, I think I got it open, maybe. I might have to get the scissors. Red River Road by Anna Downs. And I believe I own this. I do, I had the ARC, and I'm finally gonna get a chance to read it. I'm hoping this will break the luck of me having to DNF. And this one looked really interesting. I haven't read Anna Downs yet, but it's a twisty thriller, so what could go wrong? So this is what May is gonna look like, plus some electronic ARCs. What are books on your May TBR list? Share with us anything that you are reading in May. I would love to hear some suggestions out there. What are some twisty thrillers I need to read? What are romances that you love to do? Or maybe you guys are reading some fantasy or fiction out there. Let us know. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.